State police say a stolen firearm turned up in a vehicle here at Upper Dauphin Area High School. What charging documents tell us about the connection to a property involved in a murder-suicide.
A juvenile killed in an ATV crash Thursday morning in Perry County. One other adult injured. What police have said about the investigation.
A Lancaster County 15-year-old missing for more than 3 decades.
Everybody said that she was really happy, a really friendly, bubbly person.
In tonight's segment of Still Searching, the latest on the efforts to close the case.
Staying dry and a little bit cooler heading into the weekend. Find out how far those temperatures drop and when the shower chances rise again in the updated forecast.
WGAL News 8 starts with breaking news.
We are following breaking news out of Lancaster, where crews are on a house fire on Chestnut Street. Good evening. I'm Meredith Jorgensen.
And I'm Jerry Gish. News 8's Michael Fuller is at the scene with what we're learning. Michael.
Jerry and Meredith, we got here not too long ago here on East Chestnut Street, where fire crews for nearly the last 2 hours have been blocking off the street, going in and out of these homes right here due to a house fire. We are told, thankfully, that there are no injuries, but they got this call around 4:10 in the afternoon due to a house fire. To talk a little bit more about it, we're going to bring in Fire Chief Todd Hutchison to tell us just a little bit more. Chief, tell us a little bit about what happened here at this home.
So our crews were dispatched about 4 o'clock for a reported house fire here at the 600 block East Chestnut. Crews arrived and found a fire in between the roof lines on the 2nd floor to the rear.
Gotcha. So you've been blocking this off probably, as I would say, for the last 2 hours or so. There's a lot of fire trucks out here. I mean, how severe was this?
Yeah, so there's quite a bit of damage to the rear, very much labor intensive. Had to pull up a lot of the roofs over the years that have been placed on there and not removed. So you have a rubber roof, and then you had 3 or 4 different roofs over the years that have been placed on there. So a lot of cutting and taking those roofs off and trying to chase the fire. And once we get to where it is, it's blown in insulation. And then once you hit that insulation, you just got to keep moving. You're giving it air, and it just fire's running the void spaces up there.
Yeah, I was going to say, thankfully no one was hurt, but did you guys have to get people out of the house, or did everybody escape on their own?
No, thankfully everybody was able to escape, and thanks to working smoke detectors.
That's what I was getting ready to say. So do you have a message about smoke detectors before we go?
Yeah, just check your smoke detectors. Make sure you have smoke detectors working on every floor and in every room.
Gotcha. Chief, thank you so much for your work.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. They said they're going to be wrapping up here in about 10 to 15 minutes. But again, here on East Chestnut Street, where they are dealing with this fire at these homes. But thankfully, everyone is okay. Reporting live here in Lancaster City, Michael Fuller, WGAL News 8.
Michael, thank you. In Dauphin County tonight, police say 4 people are facing charges now tied to a burglary at the scene of a murder-suicide last week.
News 8's Tom Lehman is at the Upper Dauphin Area High School with what police say was taken from the home, and now who is charged.
Yeah, Meredith and Jerry, what I can tell you is that the 4 people who are facing charges are accused of taking alcohol, electronics, and nearly a dozen firearms from this home miles away in Jefferson Township. Troopers writing in court documents that they found one of those firearms in a vehicle that was parked here at the school by a student. State police say that vehicle belonged to 18-year-old Kyle Yeagley Jr., and they also found evidence that linked him and the car to the scene of the burglary, which occurred over the Memorial Day weekend, according to charging documents. Now, Yeagley Jr. is facing charges along with 21-year-old Gage Dibert, 42-year-old Quashawn Blake, and 18-year-old John Morales. Charging documents show police arrested Yeagley Jr. on the Upper Dauphin Area High School property. Now, state police say the 4 charged took the items from the Jefferson Township home of 45-year-old Upper Dauphin Area High School teacher Taryn Morgan, who was shot and killed by her husband, 46-year-old Dennis Morgan, last Thursday. Dennis Morgan then turned the gun on himself and has since died, according to the Dauphin County Coroner's Office. Court documents say days after the killing, family members reported to the burglary again after it had occurred over the weekend, according to state police. Now, the school district did tell families earlier this week about the firearm being found on the school property. The superintendent, though, today not responding to further questions about what happened. Here in Elizabethville, Tom Lehman, WGAL News 8.
Tom, thank you. Tonight in York, 3 weeks after a deadly shooting took the life of a 15-year-old. Police are increasing surveillance in Penn Park, where that shooting happened.
WGAL's Morrissey Walsh spoke to community members about a new development. Morrissey, what are you hearing tonight?
Meredith, Jerry, community members I spoke to say they're grateful to see this camera out here in an effort to stop violence. However, they said they would like to see even more cameras in the future.
With all the shootings that have been going on the last few years here, a lot of people have been trying to get cameras put up so it can keep everybody a lot more safe.
The night watch camera system appeared in Penn Park after the death of 15-year-old Daquel Harris. Its blue light, a steady presence. However, community members are calling for even more cameras to help curb the violence.
Every camera you put in here, it's going to help, but they need a little bit more visible, not just like on a pole or something, from somewhere they know it's here.
Investigators say cameras helped identify the people involved in Harris's death. One woman tells me Penn Park was not always a hot spot for violence.
I've been coming to this park like 15, 16 years now. And it was back when I first started coming with my oldest, it wasn't that bad. You might have had kids fighting, but there weren't guns.
Some say cameras might not be the only solution. More lighting in the park could help too.
More lighting over here, because last night when we were coming down, we got right to here, you couldn't see nobody.
The night watch camera does move around, so it's unclear at this point how long it will be staying here in Penn Park. Live in York, I'm Morrissey Walsh, WGAL News 8.
Morrissey, thank you. In Lancaster County, a Warwick High School student is charged after allegedly assaulting another student on campus. Charging documents say 18-year-old Malachi Rodriguez grabbed the victim's breasts on 2 different occasions and exposed himself to her. Police charged Rodriguez after reviewing school surveillance video. He faces 2 misdemeanors of indecent assault and indecent exposure and a summary count for harassment.
Right now on News 8 at 6, state police in Newport are investigating a deadly ATV crash that killed a child this morning in Perry County.
News 8's AJ Sisson is live tonight at the Newport State Police Barracks. And AJ, you were at the scene today.
Meredith, Jerry, this accident happened in a very rural area of Carroll Township, Perry County. Very few homes were visible from the area around this crash, where state police now say 3 people were riding that ATV. Around 8:30 this morning, Pennsylvania State Police in Newport rushing to an ATV crash on Pisgah State Road. Later, the coroner called to the accident scene.
I came outside with my dogs and I could hear like the fire trucks.
Police say the crash killed 1 child and injured 1 adult. The 3rd person, an uninjured juvenile. Neighbors say the child was a 6-year-old girl and the adult was a 37-year-old woman who was flown to the hospital. State police declined to confirm identities.
An accident so early in the morning, the little one, 6 years old,
Aaron Fitzpatrick lives next door and said the neighboring family moved in about a year ago and would ride their ATVs in the mornings.
I was scrolling on Facebook and I saw a post on Perry County Alerts of the accident, and I saw the address and I'm like, holy crap, it's like right near my house. I looked it up on Google Maps and it was literally my neighbor. Somebody I haven't met yet.
PSP on the scene for more than 3 hours, towing away the ATV just after noon.
I couldn't imagine what they're going through right now.
I walked inside the state police barracks here behind me earlier today to ask for an in-person interview. They said since it is an active investigation, they cannot comment or release any more information than what we've been able to share with you. But any updates we'll provide those updates both on air and online at WGAL.com. At the state police barracks in Newport, AJ Sisson, WGAL News 8.